Alright, hello YouTube. I'm here with my Mark III, and I've been having some issues with it, with the bolt not holding back on the last round. Or if I would manually hold the bolt back by lifting the bolt stop, all I would have to do is jiggle the gun in, and it would come loose and slam forward. So I decided to give them a call and explain what was happening. I knew what the problem was. If you look at the stop here, I'm not sure if you could see it, that engages the front of the bolt, and it's worn down. The corner isn't sharp. It's very rounded and smooth. And also, actually, that wouldn't be, if that was the only problem, I probably would have replaced it with a larger, maybe extended bolt stop. But that wasn't the only problem. On the actual bolt, on the bottom right here of the bolt face, it's actually, I'm not sure if you'll really be able to tell, but it's very rounded and shiny. It's worn down, so the bolt is going to have to be replaced. So I called the customer service. They were really nice over the phone, and I explained the problem, and I told her that I told her what was happening. I told her that I detailed stripped it, and that the parts were worn down. And she explained to me that that was actually a very common user error. She told me that you're supposed to slingshot the bolt every time. You're not supposed to use that as a bolt release. They call it a bolt stop for a reason. And it's not there to release the bolt. It's just there to stop it, which I thought was kind of odd, so I took out my manual after I got off the phone with her, and it does tell you to slingshot it. She even mentioned the ear. She knew what she was talking about. Grasp the grooved ears of the bolt. Yeah, she called them the ears. I never heard anybody refer to them as ears, but so she was by the book. She knew what she was talking about. I don't understand why it shouldn't be used as a bolt release. It's right next to my thumb. It's easier to use one-handed. I won't have, after I insert the magazine into the well, I could just drop the bolt forward. There's even serrations on here, so you can get a really good, some really good traction. Just snap the bolt forward. And I wanted to know if anybody else ran into this problem that I'm having. And to me, it just seems like a flaw. You know, it shouldn't do that. So anyways, I had to take the gun apart today to put this piece back in it. This is the magazine disconnect, so I got to put that in there if I'm going to ship it back to them. They want the whole, I didn't tell them I took it out, but I'm going to need to send the gun back to them, and they want both magazines. And they had emailed me a shipping label, so I have to print that out and put it on the package. And they said the turnaround time is about a week, but she said that's a common user error, and that the turnaround time was about a week, which is good. We'll see how long it takes. I'm going to send it back. You know, I just shot it over the weekend, and it was kind of annoying just having the bolt not lock back, especially when I had the pistol area at my range was kind of busy, and I let a few people shoot it, and I had to kind of explain to them, oh, it's not going to lock back. The gun is the gun isn't performing too well. But other than that, I haven't really had any problems. The main spring housing, I forgot it was out. It doesn't exactly line up with the grip. This part, it's this bulge is kind of pushed in, and this kind of comes out a little more. It's not lined up 100%. So I'll put that on the note, because when you send it back to them, they want a note, and they want you to tell them what's wrong with the pistol. So I think I'll do that also. I'll just mention it, and maybe they can replace the mainspring housing with one that fits a little better. I think that's all I really wanted to cover, but I'll document everything that happens with them. When I get the gun back, I'll let you know exactly what happened, what they packaged in there for me. She said they were going to leave a note telling me not to use that as a release anymore, which I'm probably going to be honest with you, because it's very convenient and it sticks out a lot. And sometimes on the last round, sometimes it didn't lock back because of the way I hold the gun. My fingers are kind of long, my hands are kind of big, so my thumb would actually cover that up, you know, if I had one thumb here and the other one underneath. So I had to learn how to shoot it like this, with my other thumb overlapping this thumb. So now comes the tricky part of putting this back in. I'm not going to show you that because it's probably going to take me a while to get all the pins out and get this thing back in and the spring in the correct way, and I'm going to need both hands for that. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section, and thanks a lot.